Hi, and welcome to the Fairy Godmothers pod of wisdom and knowledge. I'm Reverend Elizabeth Howell, and with me as co-host is
Reverend Elizabeth. Boy, this is a really weird day. Reverend Cynthia here, goddess of discord here.
Yeah. Discord today for sure.
Yes.
Well, welcome back if you've been following us, and if not, if you're new to the show, hopefully you've joined in and you'll enjoy and share with everyone your experience with us. Today we have a special guest.
We're really excited about this guest too.
Yes, we do. Yeah, awesome. It's so fun, and it's my favorite topics too.
Oh yeah.
So we have Ken Federer. And he is the president or member of Medina Phenomenon Group.
Correct.
And so we're going to get more about that because this is wonderful. It's in Medina County, so all Medinians, we want you to come on out. He'll talk more about his group.
Medina
Countyans, something like that. Whatever. But it's for everybody in the county. It's for everybody, and we'll talk a little bit about that. So, but I'm going to jump right in. I'm going to give the cosmic traffic report, and we're going to be for the first half of March. And so I'm going to go really quickly. March 14th will be the full moon, and that's going to be at 23 degrees Virgo. This is also going to be a partial lunar eclipse, and that'll take place at 2:59 a.m. So the people who are going to be affected by that partial eclipse will be the Virgos, the Pisces, the Sagittarians, and the Geminis. So I like lunar eclipses myself. I think it's a good time to plant the seeds for the upcoming year. March 29th will be the new moon, and that'll be at 9 degrees Aries, but this is also going to be a partial solar eclipse. And this will be the last, and more or less the last in the series of solar eclipses in Libra and Aries. So this is going to be an Aries solar eclipse partial at 6:47 a.m. But it will affect the Aries, Libras, Cancers, and the Capricorns. Now, this is also, we have talked this, I'm going to talk more about this eclipse into the next show, but we'll talk kind of specifically about that because this eclipse is going to be very intense. And it's going to be very activating. It's going to activate some things in your lives. I'm not going to say good or bad, just it's going to activate some stuff. So on that being said, on March 1st, Mars is going to be retrograding at 10 degrees Aries. So March 1st, Venus retrograding. So the planet of love and affection is now going to appear to move backwards. It's called the Doppler effect. And this is going to be retrograding until April 13th. It will bring in some like reconnecting energy, reviewing, going into past relationships. Sometimes when I say reconnecting, it can be like reconnecting with old friends, old, lovers, old classmates, things like that. You'll just find crossing their paths will just be randomly happening. And so this will be a good time for the Aries, a little rough for the Librans and the Cancers and the Capricorns. It'll be challenging. March 3rd. Mercury will move into the sign of Aries. The planet of communication will now move into a more impulsive energy. We may be, thinking with more imagination, foresight, and we might also be a little scattered in our thoughts and kind of taking different, jump thoughts, kind of jumping this way, jumping that way. And we need to be careful of over-interpreting other people. So we also might find our viewpoints may shift back and forth. So we may kind of feel indecisive about some things. So words in general will be witty and inventive and quick. So it's a good time for writing, journaling, talking, speaking. So that would be March 3rd and March 12th. The sun will conjunct Saturn. We talked about that. Conjunct is like right on top of it. So the sun and Saturn together at 21 degrees Pisces at 6:26 a.m. Now this transit will bring in a wave of difficulty in dealing with our past emotions. We will have sorrow and grief kind of come up a little bit. We may feel a little just kind of downcast, depressed, a little more sober in some things. So be careful of taking life too seriously at that day on March 12th. Stay in the present moment. Keep your mind in the present moment. And it's a good time to work with a counselor if there's something that's really been bothering you. And it's a good time to also kind of just connect with your own personal values and self-worth. So this is good for the Pisces, rough for the Virgos, and challenging for the Sagittarius and the Geminis. March 15th, Mercury will retrograde. I think we talked about March 15th, Mercury will retrograde. So this is the big one. We have 4 retrogrades a year, Mercury retrograde. So the planet of communication now will begin to go backwards. And that'll do so until April 7th. And with Mercury retrogrades, there's always a time of caution with traveling, with, back up your computer, don't sign major contracts unless you have to. It's not a good time to make major purchases, and we always talk about Mercury retrograde, creating obstacles, kind of be careful, give yourself more time before you go to work, don't get in a hurry, and just, again, you don't open a business during a Mercury retrograde. It tends to have to fail, right? But if you can't, I don't tell people put your life on hold during a Mercury retrograde. But also remember, miscommunication is the big one. People may not understand or misinterpret each other. This will be challenging for everyone, I say, but in particular, Aries, Libras, Cancers, and Capricorns are going to kind of feel it.
Oh, wonderful.
Yay! Because you're the Aries. March 19th, the Sun will conjunct Neptune, and this transit will bring in kind of a time of escapism, doubts. People tend to want to retreat into their fantasies. They may try to escape from the real world, and this transit may bring in psychic and intuitiveness. So it's a very psychic and intuitive time. Everyone's going to have dreams. Pay attention to your dreams because it's going to be more of a dreamy time period, but also watch that dreamy time period involving in your life, like when you're driving or you're trying to do things, you're going to find yourself a little bit more dreamy or drifty, so we want to be careful.
A good time for journaling.
It is a good time for journaling, absolutely. So this is going to be a great time for the Pisces, a little bit rough for the Virgos, and challenging for the Sages and the Geminis. And then we'll just kind of finalize this cosmic traffic report with March 20th. The Sun will move into the sign of Aries at 5:01 a.m. So happy birthday, Aries. Woohoo! All right, and now.
All right, well, it's time for the animal. That's my thing here. And I wanted to see, I saw that we have Mardi Gras coming up. And I was like, okay, so what animal works with Mardi Gras? And doing some diving and learning some more about Mardi Gras, I came up with the oxen. And it's because it's a French, obviously, celebration. It's supposed to be about the last big meal before Lent. Mm-hmm. But beyond that, one of the things that I always say about horned animals is that horn is our connection to our higher power, the god, the goddess, the grand poobah, however you see the divine within your belief system. Another part about the oxen is that it is a neutered male cow. The oxens are just cows that are a little beefier, and I shouldn't say cows because cows are ladies. Mm-hmm. So an oxen can be cows, but they're a more beefier, bigger, especially in the shoulders, stronger than. Whereas the steer, which would be also a neutered bull, is raised for beef. So it's kind of like the same kind of animal, but raised differently. Mm-hmm. And some breeds of cattle do lend themselves better to being the oxen. And the oxens are trained about the age of 4. So we have a 4-year cycle involved here. Also, they put a younger oxen with an older one that's already trained to help train the younger. All right, so there is, the elders time of helping the younger people around them in their group. There is also a non-aggressive masculine strength involved with the oxen. And that strength, that masculine edge is represented regardless of what gender that you would identify with. But it's quiet, it's full, but it's not aggressive. I'm going to really kind of like pull it together with being yoked as a team. So there is that team working as a group and pulling things together and having a common goal. Now, our pesky little shadow side of things are, sometimes we have to look at our neck and our shoulders. Are we carrying too much of our stress there, causing problems? And also, we look at with the antlers, all right, are you getting the point? Are people trying to get concepts or ideas away from you, or away from you, around you, to you, and you're just not getting it? So, there is,
Strong like bull.
yeah, be strong, but be gentle. Tap into that masculine energy, but balance it with your, that feminine divine side.
Yeah. Like we don't want to bowl in the china shop.
Right, exactly. Just like you don't want to be trying to, do a lot of things too soon, too much, too quickly, that everything's out of balance.
Yeah. I tend to feel like when I think about oxen myself, I always think about like getting in a rut, like get out of your rut. Like,
Well, okay, great. Yeah, you're going back to the wagons going out
Yeah.
west in the ruts.
yeah. So, I
Oh,
don't know,
and
that's
by
just
the
me.
way, speaking of Mardi Gras, did you know that the words Mardi Gras just mean Fat Tuesday?
Yeah,
We talk about
I-
Fat Tuesday and Mardi Gras, but I never realized they were the same thing. I knew Fat Tuesday was part of Mardi Gras, but I didn't know that was what Mardi Gras meant.
I just thought it was donut day.
Donut Day?
Have a Pinsky, Prinsky,
Potchkies? Potchkies.
Potchkies. I just thought it was, time to eat a donut. That's all I thought it was about.
You know what? People who really get into the potchkies will tell you a potchkey is not a donut.
I know, but it sure does. They're so
I don't
good.
quite grasp. They both taste good. What can I
Yeah.
say?
Well, happy Mardi Gras then. So, cool. Well, let's get to it.
Yes.
Medina Phenomenon Group.
Thank you.
Ken, thank you so much for coming in.
You're welcome.
And let us know, what is this about? What is Medina Phenomenon?
Well, in September of
Phenomenon. Bum, bum, ba-da-ba.
Phenomena.
That's part of what we do. We have to sing that when everybody comes in. Back in September of 2023, my wife and I decided to form a group, and about strange phenomenon, we talk about UFOs, Bigfoot, sea monsters, ghosts, goblins, ghouls, anything anybody wants to talk about, we talk about. People bring their ideas, or my wife and I will research different things, and we will put on presentations. We have authors that have came and talked about their books. We have speakers that will come.
Now, just recently, you had a really good set of speakers.
We did. They were marvelous.
They were.
They were from the Cuyahoga Valley National Park, and they put on a, well, I guess you would call it a skit, right?
A series of skits,
A
yeah.
series of skits about spooky tales from the Cuyahoga Valley National Park. And I asked, and they told me they were all based on facts, actually.
Yeah, I got
Real
that
events.
impression from what
Real
the ranger
events.
was saying, that
Right.
they're based on
Right.
facts. Some of it is certainly embellishment, but the way they were presented, the people in the period clothing, I mean, I was just blown away.
Cool.
And we have them coming back on our October meeting.
Oh, really?
And they were going to do a whole different series, a different show than what they did at our last meeting.
So you meet the first Wednesday?
Second Wednesday
Second
of every
Wednesday
month
Every month at
at the Buckeye Branch Library in Medina. They are on Wolf Road, right at the corner of Columbia or 252, depending upon how you want to.
Right.
Some people say Route 252, some people say Columbia. And we have their community room, and we're there from 6:30 to 8, but they are kind enough to let us stay actually as long as we want because we have our own separate doors. So we don't have to chase everybody out of there at 8 o'clock. And oftentimes we don't get out of there at 8 o'clock because we're talking about different things.
So it's a good place for people to share if they've had, let's say, they've had an experience that is, like encounters with a ghost or encounters with a Bigfoot or a UFO or anything of that nature. What is it called? The Mothman or
The Mothman.
the cryptoids.
Cryptids.
And so, so it sounds like you can come to this meeting and meet up with people who kind of share and talk about those things so you don't feel so weird.
That's right. We make it a point to tell everybody that there's got to be no judgment. Nobody's going to make fun of you or laugh or anything like that. If they do, they can leave, as far as I'm concerned, because it's a safe place. And we've had people come and talk about UFO experiences. We have a Bigfoot researcher who just recently brought us some plaster casts that he made in Medina area.
Well,
And he does not want to tell us where because he's afraid
Well,
of the amount of
absolutely.
people that would go running
Oh,
there to
is that
look at it.
Lodi?
He just said he wasn't going to say.
Not gonna say.
I heard on the grapevine, on the Bigfoot grapevine, that there was a sighting outside of Lodi.
Well, I live in Valley City, and Valley City in the past has had sightings. There's a story about a lady who actually was looking out her kitchen window, which was about 8 feet off the ground, and there was a Bigfoot Sasquatch staring right at her through her kitchen window.
Oh, that make you want to pee yourself.
And the people came and looked, and they found the footprints on the ground. It's really exciting. It's
That's
really
cool.
exciting.
Yeah, that is exciting because I
Yes.
think, there's people have these encounters and they just are like, I can't tell anybody. I can't talk to my family about it. They'll think I'm crazy. So this is really a group of people that say this is safe. Come and talk about this or learn more about it.
That's
right?
absolutely correct.
Awesome.
Absolutely correct. Yes.
Yeah, that's cool because I think more and more people are having experiences or maybe have had experiences and it's just, it's more out there now. We see TV shows, we
Right,
have
right.
podcasts like ours, and so people are becoming a little bit more like, oh, yeah,
I can't talk about
I
it.
can talk about it. And I did see that. I did see that thing, whatever it was.
And I'm not the only one who saw that thing.
Yeah.
I don't know that things or sightings are, there's more of them. I think we're just more comfortable talking about them.
Yeah.
That's right.
Because I remember, I think I shared that story with you when I worked at, if people remember, the Purple Lotus.
That's going back
on
a year
42. I ran Windsor Change Life Enrichment Center. And I work as a psychic medium, of course. And people would stop in randomly. I'd be in the office waiting, twiddling my thumbs. And people come and go, hey, I need to talk to somebody. Maybe you can help me with this. And then they would go on and explain something like they saw a UFO or they encountered a ghost or there was something was going on. They go, I don't know who to talk to. But, you work next to that store, that thing there, where all them new agey crystals are. So maybe you might be able to help me. And I was like, okay. And, I found that people really, I think in everyone's lifetime, they have had something extraordinary happen and they can't explain it.
We have had several people who have come and talked about their encounters or their experiences because they know they're not going to get ridiculed or made fun of. And they're around other people that have had the same type of experiences. So it's really a fascinating group, and I hope it keeps growing.
I do
hope it
too.
keeps growing.
I think it's well worth it to join, and it doesn't cost money.
It costs no money. We do not charge any kind of initiation or dues of any sorts. We just want you to come, and we want you to talk about things that you've seen and tell other people about what you believe, and other people will tell you what they believe, and it's just a great group. It's a great group.
Awesome. So what are some of the topics you guys have already covered?
Oh boy, we've done a lot of UFOs, of course, a lot of spirits. There's a gentleman in Medina who wrote a book, Haunted Medina.
Right.
He comes to the meetings.
Oh, cool. Brandon.
Brandon.
Masucio? Masucio, thank you.
I don't even know if that's correct, but it's,
I'm the one that always butchers names.
Yes.
Yes, she does.
I can't stop doing that.
and
for years.
because we have an actual Bigfoot researcher that I said brought these plaster casts, he often comes and he'll talk about where he goes and what he's finding and gives his opinions. And actually, we're going to have a woman Bigfoot researcher. Her name is Amy Boo.
Oh, Amy.
Amy is coming to our meeting in
You know
August.
Amy, huh?
I know Amy. She used to be on the Beyond Explanation Network with me.
Oh, okay.
She followed her show. I think it was before mine or after mine. I did a show called Beyond Explanation. It was
Oh,
on. It was a
cool.
Internet TV show. Probably no one sees it because it's gone now. But Amy is a major Bigfoot.
Yes, she
major
is.
Bigfooter.
Yes, she is.
she's funny. She's a great lady.
Well, she's coming to our August meeting.
Cool.
And we already told you the Cuyahoga Valley National Park's coming to October meeting. And myself and my wife are going to do a program at the Brunswick Library April the 1st. at 6:30 in the evening.
Cool.
And it's our own little presentation that we worked up, and
That's coming up soon here.
that's coming up pretty soon. Yes, it is.
Nice. Nice.
So anybody interested, wants to kind of hear what we got to say, Brunswick Library, April 1st,
Cool.
And what was the time again?
6:30 in the evening.
6:30 in the evening.
Nice.
Probably wouldn't
nice.
be 6:30 in the morning.
Well, you never know.
But it is 6:30 in the evening.
And I'll tell you, Amy knows her stuff. She goes out in the field.
Yes.
She is active. She is not just, I read it online person. She goes and investigates. She spends, she'll go and hike, go out for a week.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, she does have some cool stories.
And she's a teacher also.
Yeah.
Yeah. Besides doing that, she's a teacher.
So what is your, at the library, can I ask what the subject's going to be? Or is it a surprise?
At the Brunswick Library? Mm-hmm. It's about Ohio cryptids, which
Okay.
cryptid is a unknown, unproven creature, like the Loveland frogmen. Bigfoot, of course, is a cryptid.
Yeah. Mothman.
Mothman, Chupacabra.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Chupacabra.
Yeah.
That's about more southwest, yeah.
Skinwalkers.
Skinwalker Ranch, that's right, Skinwalkers. But we're going to concentrate about Ohio cryptids,
Yeah.
because of course we all live in Ohio. So let's talk about what we know.
Now, I had heard one time that in Ohio, they don't call them Bigfoot, they call them grassmen.
That's correct. Ohio calls them the Grassman, and certain parts of the country don't call them Bigfoot; they call them Sasquatch
Or Yeti.
or Yetis in the Himalayas.
Stink ape.
Skunk ape
Skunk ape.
in Florida.
Okay.
In Australia, they call it the Yowie.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. Bigfoot, Sasquatch, they're seen all over the world.
Yeah.
Not just the Pacific Northwest.
And in Russia, too.
And Russia.
Yeah.
And Russia also. China, they
Yeah.
have their own version. And how did that adapt? How did that come about? Unless people are actually seeing them. How,
Yeah. It does give one chance to wonder.
Chance to wonder. That's right.
Interesting. Yeah. So, that's going to be a good talk. It's going to be a good talk. Because I think that Ohio has a lot going on.
A lot going on.
And maybe more so because, there's, people are catching some stuff here in Ohio, but not, viruses. I'm just saying. But
Well, we're catching those too. But
yeah, we were very, when I was doing Psychic Sushi, the
TV
show, we still have it on YouTube somewhere. We interviewed quite a few people who wrote books, but we, a gentleman, did the weather too.
Don Keating.
Don Keating, and he at the time was head of the Bigfoot that organized the
At
conference
South Fork.
at South Fork.
Oh, yes.
Or
Salt
Fork. Salt Fork.
That's a big hot spot. Salt Fork
It
State Park.
is, and we went down.
We did. Was somebody's loaded down with Twinkies.
See, I thought my theory was Bigfoot would want some Twinkies.
Turned out that white-tailed deer really like
The deer came for the Twinkies.
The
not
deer came for the
Sasquatch.
Twinkies, but I was down there with one time with a person, and we spent the night out in the field, and I heard something, and I heard the rap, but they did the rapping too. We heard the rapping, the knocking, and if you don't want a Bigfoot, don't knock. That's all I learned is you start knocking, they hear you. It's kind of like an invitation that says, "Hey, I'm here, and so am I."
That's one of the big, how they introduce themselves. They knock on the trees, they throw rocks,
Yeah.
and of course they scream or holler. So something's doing that, right?
Yeah.
Something's doing
We
that.
listened to a recording, didn't we, at the conference?
Yes.
Someone had gotten a recording. You could hear it, and it wasn't
There
it was.
that was a really big conference. There were people from all over the world there.
And that was a good
phenomenal.
conference. I would suggest maybe we can have a conference.
Maybe we could.
I know that
Let's do it.
they did an event on the square,
Yes.
but I'm like a conference I like conferences. I'm weird. I like conferences. I like people sitting around chit-chatting and
Well, we got that new hotel that's supposed to be going in just off the square. Maybe they'll have a venue.
yeah, because right across from Santa Claus, which is
Yes.
a cryptid.
Yeah, Castle Noel.
Well, if you think about it, I guess you could call Santa Claus a cryptid. right?
Well, true.
Unproven, unknown, no,
Correct.
not unknown, but
Yeah. Yeah, and there's a lot of hauntings in Medina County.
Especially
Lot of
on the
hauntings.
square. There's so much history of, and I say rude deaths.
well, it used to be Medina Steakhouse. We call it Serenities now.
Yeah,
That was a hot spot for hauntings. Used to call it Penny's Poorhouse. What's it called now? It's
Corkscrew.
Corkscrue. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a big one.
Yeah, there's supposed to be, what, two sisters that people see at the very top of the house?
Looking out one of the bell towers?
Yeah. I've never seen them, but I've heard other people say that they had seen them.
Wow.
Well, and then Cool Beans. We did.
Oh, yeah.
I did a ghost investigation there. We brought
At
in a
Cool
whole
Beans.
team. Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah.
basement is off the charts. We had crazy stuff, and then I've encountered. This is the first time at Cool Beans I actually saw a phenomenon where the ghost took a knife and threw it came out of the
Really?
thing and went by Allie's head, who was in the back. She was preparing food, and it flew by her head and hit the back wall.
Oh, my.
And it was at this first time I've ever seen an object move like that in front of me, like right there. And then we had all kinds of weird stuff.
Oh, yeah, we did.
And I think that is still on YouTube, isn't it? Or is it not?
I never took it down. I don't know. I'll have to go and check.
Yeah. Oh, that was
Well, I think your conference idea is a good idea.
cool.
And we should talk about that. And,
Yeah.
I mean, I can get some ghost people, and you guys can get your people, and
Look at Amy.
I have
we can
people.
get Amy maybe.
Yeah.
I didn't know I had people.
Well, now you know.
Do we have people? I don't know.
Evidently. I just heard we have people, so
We have people watching this, right?
oh, hopefully
Those could be your
we're
people.
supposed to have a fan in New York.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yay. Wow, well, hey, tell people again how to get hold of you if they want to call you or email you.
Our email is ufoclubbuckeye@gmail.com.
Awesome. And then there's a phone number there too. So if they want to,
If you wanna call me, 330-483-6103.
awesome.
And we'll get you to a meeting, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Now I can't let us quit here without the free gifts that first time visitors to the club get.
It's actually not first-time visitors. We have a door prize at every meeting. We give out door prize tickets to everybody that comes in, and then we pick maybe 2 or 3 or even more, depending upon how many door prizes I can acquire before the meeting. So you might win a door prize.
That'd be neat. That would be neat.
But I was thinking too, the UFO insurance policy.
Oh, is that what you were?
Yes, that's what I was thinking of.
I'm sorry, I misunderstood.
I actually sat and read through that.
If you come to one of our meetings, we appreciate you so much that we will purchase UFO abduction insurance for you. And you will get a copy of the policy when you come to the meeting.
That's great.
So if you get abducted, you will be compensated for it.
Cool. Well, thanks so much for coming on
Yeah,
today.
absolutely.
Well, thanks for having me,
we'll,
ladies. I appreciate it.
I think, and I would love to. I do want to come speak. I'm
you're
sorry I
welcome.
missed the Wednesday. It kind of got out of my head. But we want to just remind everyone, March 16th, there's going to be a psychic fair at the VFW in Brunswick here. The address is 1439 South Carpenter Road. The hours are from 12 to 5, and we have all kinds of vendors, and Ken might be there with his table. We're not, I'm not sure that far out where we're at, but
You're going to have the maps at your table?
Yes.
those are cool maps too.
I am planning on being there. I think I'm
You're on my list.
officially on the list.
You're officially on the list.
So
we are going to have cryptid, UFO, and Bigfoot playing cards, and we were going to have maps and
Oh, cool. So yeah,
good stuff.
That is amazing. So thank you so much for being on, and
appreciate it. Thank
want to
you.
thank you for tuning in and tune in again. And share and like. If you want to ask questions, email us.
FairyGodmothersPod@gmail.com.
Yeah, and I'm Reverend Elizabeth Howell. You can find me on Facebook. I'm all over, and
I'm Reverend Cynthia, and I'm usually where she's at.
yeah, she is.
Or sometimes I'm at other places, but
But we want to
But the important thing is I'm here.
Yes, and we want to thank you for tuning in. And this has been the Fairy Godmothers Pot of wisdom and knowledge.
Yeah, we're a couple seconds over.
Wow.
Okay, not too bad.
But the part of that was